Palmerston North Square was filled with the roar of the Borers during Hilux New Zealand Rural Games weekend as New Zealand's top speed fencers battled to find the champion of their trade. After a series of quick-fire heats and semi-finals, 8 of the country's top fencers were whittled down to just 3.
In the final, they've got to run a couple of guide wires. They've got to put a diagonal stay assembly in and breastplate, and then they'll dig 2 posts in the ground. So it's just like a 2 guide wire fence, so ready to sort of carry on.
Well, we'll try and figure out what that all means by watching. Let's go.
The final featured Tony Bauskell, son of Golden Pliers champ Shane Bauskell, Waipukato's Jason Van Beers, and 2-time defending champion Matt Jones from Levin.
So Matt's just cutting his wire off there, and he'll tie his bottom wire on, and so the way he ties this on is vital to the strength of that wire. So he's doing what's called a termination knot there. So this is quite a specialist knot that you do for the end of a fence, and like he's making a real nice job of that. It's a lot of points taken off for the finish of that knot. Tony here has already strained up his bottom wire, and that's to give him the line of his fence, and so he's now marking his stay, and he'll make sure that stays dug in line with his wire, so it doesn't sort of push the angle out in the wrong direction. So we've got Jason's here. Jason's just cutting his stay, chainsawing, so you make the most of the size of the stay block. So try and work out to a 3-inch square end to it, and he's just getting his plane out there to make that look nice and tidy. So Matt up the far end is starting to put post holes in. Tony up this end's starting to dig his stay in the ground. So what Matt's doing now is he's sticking the flat side of that post to the wire, and he's going to make sure that that's to height. So we've got a height of 1,175 millimetres from the ground level, and he's making sure that the face of that post is flat against those wires. He's got a different technique than some of these other guys. So Tony over the far side there hasn't put any posts in the ground yet, but he's got to stay in the ground. So it's just everybody's got a different technique in how they work. This stage of the competition, they're sort of starting to kick in a real lactic acid sort of build up in the blood. So they haven't had a drink in the last sort of half hour or so. So they're starting to feel it now. Matt's just wrapping his last wire there now, and you think he's just about finished there. He'll make sure that's plumb up and down, because that's one of the judging criteria. It's going to be calling time within minutes, I would imagine.
Matt Jones was first to complete his fence, with Tony Bauskell finishing second and Jason Van Beers third. But speed fencing is as technical as it is physical. So with the judges running their eye over the 3 fences, it was Tony Bauskell who took the title of New Zealand's speed fencing champion, with 2-time champion Matt Jones having to settle for second this year. Van Beers claimed third, and Tony Bauskell's father Shane ended the competition in 4th.
Well, Tony, congratulations. How are you feeling about that's quite a victory, considering you're, I guess, a bit of an outsider, would you say?
Yeah, well, it's the first time I've done it, so yeah, it's pretty good. Feeling pretty stoked.
And what was it like out there today?
Really intense. Yeah, it's quite nervous too.
Well done, congratulations, and a big future.
The Hilux New Zealand Rural Games isn't solely for the serious athlete, but for novices who want to roll up their sleeves, slip on their gummies and have a go.
It cannot be a rural games if there is not a cow pat throw. So what have we got? This is just like a cow pat. You've just rolled it on up.
Cow pat that I've just squeezed together to get a bit more dense and heavier.
Luke, it's now time to throw. Whenever you're ready, man, let's go for it. .43 metres, happy with that?
Yeah, I was right. I took 47 before. I want to try to get 49, then I'll walk away.
I like a man who doesn't quit at the rural games. At the Fonterra speed milking, you got 20 seconds. You have to get as much milk in the bucket as you possibly can. How hard could it possibly be? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop! Look at all the milk I got. Oh, it's not even enough for a flat white. Yeah, I'm not cut out for this. 20 is fine. Oh well.
This is a brand new rural game. It's have a go harnessing up a harness horse. We also had the professionals have a go as well in terms of a time trial, and you're about to see how much gear actually goes on them. They're very tolerant.
And the man with the quickest hands to harness a horse at the inaugural Harness Racing Championships was South Auckland's Jay Aberfeni. Another popular Powerco Have-A-Go event was the Toyota Hilux Haystacker, a true test of brawn, balance and, of course, speed.
Oh, the haystacking now was pretty good. And just used my little bit of knowledge from when I used to work on the farm.
It's the event that more than any other seems to capture the heart. It's so typically New Zealand in nature. The Scatter Up New Zealand gumboot throwing is fun but competitive, and this year attracted 3 Olympians. In the men's, the defending champion Olympic decathlete Brent Newdick was the hot favourite, and his best throw set the bar at 41.93 metres.
Oh, that is big. That is big.
Visiting rugby player James Callow stepped up, hurled the size 8 red band 42.24 metres to take the title off 2-time champion Brent Newdick.
Well, he woke up this morning and he decided to come down and toss some gumboots, and you blimmin' well won. Well done, James.
Cheers, thanks very much.
Yeah. So you literally rocked up?
Yeah, I just come, I've got rugby right now pretty much, so yeah, I've got to go, and I just thought like I'd come down, do it for the South Island.
Yeah.
Did a bit of discus at school,
yes.
And I just sort of copied the style of like Curly and the other guys, just mixed it up with the discus.
To the women, and Charlotte Symes knew she had to be good with Dame Valerie Adams in the competition.
Oh, another good throw. She's not a big lady, is Charlotte, but my goodness, she's got fantastic technique, hasn't she?
And then it was Valerie's turn. Wisely opting for the discus style over the shot put, she gave it welly and threw it out 34.38 metres, just 7 centimetres short of the New Zealand record.
Well, the accolades keep coming for Dame Valerie Adams. Now the New Zealand gumboot throwing champion for women. How does it feel?
Pretty awesome, considering it was my first competition, my first time throwing gumboots today. I think I need a little bit of work though to try and get that record, but you know, I had a great day and it was great to see the crowd come out today.
Now, of course, you've got the world champions to think about in Estonia.
So I hear. I actually need to go and see with the rest of the team what the program is and see if we can fit in some gumboot throwing. I think the grip is very important, but also the flight of the gumboot. And it's also quite good to have athletics as a background, because you kind of throw it like a discus almost.
Well, you certainly got the crowd going here. They loved it, and congratulations, New Zealand women's champion of the gumboot throwing.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you.
Defeating the defending champion and Olympian Brent Newdick, no mean feat for 20-year-old Lincoln student James Callow. And in the women's throw, Dame Valerie Adams discovered a hidden talent in gumboot throwing, adding another New Zealand championship to her list.